What is up, everybody, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are actually going to be building a stand store, and I'm actually going to teach you on how to go about it step by step to where it's made perfectly beginner easy for you to do. And when it comes to digital marketing and posting digital products, or even just doing your own webinar or your courses or whatever it may be, it can actually be a little bit tough and stressful, but don't let that scare you out of this video, because after I show you how to do it, it's going to be a breeze and super easy for you to go about, especially with a friendly platform such as Stand Store. It's made so much easier over time, especially like there's a lot of people that have tried getting into this way back years ago, and it was just 10 times harder. But nowadays, everything's almost done for you to be able to make it get so much easier. So let's get into it. Okay, right before you start your stand store, you're going to want to figure out what niche you are in, because when it comes to those niches and everything, you want to make sure that your colors, your everything, how your whole entire page is set up is done the way that you want it to be, to your preferences, because a lot of times colors do have a heavy play in psychological things, especially when a person comes to their comfortability, and that's just what they're going to want to be able to gauge before they buy from you inside of your stand store. So if you guys are liking the information that I'm giving so far, please do subscribe and also like the button as well, and that will also help me be able to help others be able to set up their stand stores and succeed as well. And also subscribe simply because, you know, that'll be able to have you guys up to date on all of the updated videos that I do happen to drop every single day. So stay tuned for all those videos, and let's just get into this. So whenever you're starting your stand store, you want to make sure you have your niche, your colors laid out, and also your course or whatever you are going to be selling prepared, because it goes very quick and you can literally set it up in like 15 minutes or less if you know what you're doing. If you already do have your courses that you've set up and everything, you can actually just take and import them via PDF file, and you can actually just extract it from your email, download it to your computer, and then we are good to go from there. But I'm actually going to show you on how to set up your store first before we get into the adding of the products and all that other stuff. So let's go right over to that. Alrighty, so here we are on the Stand Store website. This platform is amazing for selling your digital products, or even just selling your webinars, anything like that. Even if you want to do freebies, this is an amazing place for you to get started with all of that. It is very beginner friendly, and they even walk you through it as well. So you have your whole entire store set up over here, and then over to the side here, you have your store, your income, analytics, customers, people that have purchased from you, appointments if you have anything set up, referrals, because you can actually get a percentage of other people that actually do sign up underneath of your referral link. And then you have your email flows for you to keep up with all of your emails and everything, and then your auto DMs if you guys have that set up as well, and they do have more. Now for me myself, I did actually take and get mine set up underneath of 10 minutes. When you first start, which you can actually start with this stand store in the link down below into my in my description, where you can actually take and get your first 14 days free for yourself. That way you're not having to pay anything out of pocket for your first 14 days, and you can actually get comfortable with the platform and also be able to make a few sales. That way your initial investment is already covered. But whenever you do go to set up your store and everything, you do just set it up. You go over to here, which will have a little pop-up here, your store setup, which is very easy to set up. And then you just take and add your profile photo to start off. So here we have your profile photo. That's the one that I chose. And then they will have you put in your display name. This name here is what is going to pop up whenever you go to do your products and stuff. So like if you have a specific store front or anything, you will have this as inside of your banner. So we will go over that in a second here. I'll show you guys my banner. And then you have your bio. Keep it nice and short and sweet, because they only do offer 80 characters for you to use. Me personally, I'm doing digital products that help you earn money and also you can learn from, which would be a PLR product. And so I just went with helping you become your own boss and make money online from home. Something very easy, simple, sweet. And then we also can go back from there. And then you're going to want to pick out your store theme. Now they do actually have pre-downloaded themes, formats that you can actually take and use, and you can actually go through these. They have very professional storefronts that you can actually have. If you're a girl and you like the color pink, There you go. You can actually use something like this. It's called the Trish. And then you have more of like a gym setting. You have your DJ setting right here. But you can actually customize these to however you want them to be, which is an amazing part. So if that is something you guys are interested in, you can do it that way, or you can just do it your own theme. You can just do it straight from scratch. But I prefer for your first time just getting comfortable with StanStore that you actually check out these different templates that they have, because this can actually speed up your process a whole heck of a lot faster. All right, so we're gonna go out of there, and once you do have this here done, it will take you over to your next step, which actually happens to be connecting your social medias and socials and stuff. Me personally, I'm on all platforms, so if you guys are curious about what I do in other places, you can actually take and check this out. But I do also have like my Instagram, my TikTok, I have my Facebook page in there, my YouTube page in there, but they do also offer LinkedIn. You have your email for quick connect, and then you also have your link. You have Pinterest, X, and then all these other platforms as well, like Spotify, I've podcast, Etsy, Discord, Snapchat, Twitch, and Vimeo as well. Vimeo, I say Vimeo. So if this is something that you guys are interested in, gaining more exposure for your product and your whole entire brand, I highly recommend that you do put in your socials as well, because I did, and it is going to help out quite a bit whenever I go to, try and get more of an audience and with my product as well that I am promoting out. So once you have all of this set up, it is on to the next step, which would be creating your very first product. Creating your very first product can be pretty complicated, but it's also pretty cool and fun at the same exact time. But once you get your first product created, then you can go over to your banking information and how to take and add in your bank. They do Stripe and PayPal. So if you guys want different types of options, you can actually just take and do that as well. I prefer you add in both. That way it makes it pretty large of an option for people when it comes to their payment option whenever they are going to buy your product. So we're going to go over here and pick product or ask me for ideas. You can actually just take and go into here at this point and you upload your product. All right, so you have your collect emails, you have custom product, you have digital products, you have coaching calls, external links, and then you also do have your community. You can host a free or paid community. You have your e-course, which is create, host, or even sell your course within Stan. Recurring memberships, so you can have like a subscription for like people that have that exclusive memberships with you and your community. And you also do have your webinars, so you can actually schedule webinars and people can come in and actually view and see your webinar when it goes to take place. And you also do have your Stan affiliate link here at the very bottom. You can actually receive 20% of their Stan subscription fee for each month that they are subscribed underneath of Stan, which can actually stack up pretty quickly if you are somebody that is trying to take and making a little bit of extra cash on top of promoting your own product. But for this here, we are going to be going with a digital product because I did actually make something up for us to be able to do this and everything. And here we actually have my emails. I did send this over to myself before getting started with everything. That way I could actually speed it up a little bit. But this here actually happens to be 200. This is a little list that I whipped up today in Canva. So if you guys want to make your own courses or anything like that, you can actually use Canva to do that. Canva is very family friendly, very beginner friendly. I love it, and I do it for all of my courses and all of my lists. Anything that I do is always in Canva, and also CapCut as well. So if that is something that piques your guys' interest, highly recommend that you check out Canva for those things. So here I actually did a 200 things to say to bring engagement on social media, especially if you're using Threads or anything like that. It can be pretty hard for you to get your initial exposure to the people, especially when it comes to the engagement. So if you're trying to bring on engagement and stuff, this here will be linked in my Stan store to where you guys can actually take and get a hold of this, so that it will make your content inside of your social media platforms a lot more engaging. But it says 200 things to say to build engagement. So like number one, we have what's one decision that completely changed your life. 2, what's something that something you learned in your 20s that everyone should know. You know, just engaging just you being able to engage conversation within your platform gives you more engagement, so that you're able to take and have more people comment on your stuff, like your stuff, reply, and also overall gives you more exposure to the platform to where they're like, oh, we're going to push his stuff a lot more often. So if this is something that is important to you and you're just getting started in the content creation and you're trying to get engagement from your followers, this is a great way for you to actually go about that. Like this 124, what's a skill that instantly increases your value? These are all amazing things that you can actually ask your audience, your followers, people that you want to follow you, in order for you to actually get started with this whole entire thing. But what we're actually gonna do right now is X out of that and then stay inside of this email, because I do email myself these things. So what you take and do is you just download it. And once you download it, it'll pop up over here. You'll have a little pop up here. So that means that it's downloaded to your computer and you're ready to go from there. And then from there, we actually just go back to StanStore, since we now have what we are going to be promoting here on this platform to be able to sell. And we're going to go with digital products. So we're going to hit this right here. And then you do have several different layouts here, so you can actually pick a different style. And as you can see, as we go through all of this work, everything's going to pop up right here. And we are going to go to button, or you have call out, and then preview. Personally, I would go with something in between. You don't want something too big, don't want anything too small. Just go in between. Personally, that's what I feel like is a great option for that. So what we're going to do here is customize the page to make it look how we want it to look. And once I get this here set up, I will start the video right back up again. That way I don't bore you guys and we can actually just whiz right through this whole entire thing. Real quick, while we are actually here, as you go to choose your image and everything that you want to be for your background and everything, you can actually just press choose image, and then this will also allow for you to be able to take and use these pre-downloaded photos that they do have. Now, I think that these are pretty cool, and you can actually load more as well. And they have so many different ones that you can actually just choose from, and that does speed up your process. But if you're somebody a little bit like myself that likes things a little bit more custom, then I highly recommend that you do check these out first, because this actually happens to be an amazing route for you to be able to do that. Now, personally, I'm just going to go with this one right here, and we can actually resize this. So we're going to go out, use this photo, and then you'll notice that it'll pop up right here. So there we go. There's that right there. And then we are going to title and then add in our subtitles as well. But this here I actually do leave normally, and then I will just like add in email. So we will deliver this file right to your email inbox, and then you can actually say get my guide or get my list or whatever you are selling. You can actually just curate it to where it is better for your audience to actually check out. Me, simply because I am doing the 200 different things that you can actually say, I'm going to put in list, get my list. And then you can actually just put something at the end of it, like an exclamation mark, just to psychologically be like, yay, let's do this. We got this. We're actually going to get this amazing list of 200 different things to say on my social media platforms, so that I can actually get more engagement to my threads, to my Facebook posts, to my Instagram posts. You know, ask your audience questions so that they're more into it and like striving to answer and everything, which gives you more exposure, because the more people comment on your your posts and stuff, the more information that is sent over to those platforms that's like, this person's getting a lot of engagement, let's push their content a lot more. So here we're actually going to take this out, get my template course, and we're going to knock that out. And then I'm actually going to type in 200 different things to say, and then I will come right back, and then that way I'm not boring you guys. Now, something that I want you to keep in mind is that you only have 50 characters that you can actually use. The whole entire title of what I am using does not necessarily fit. So one thing you can do is shorten it, nice and sweet, 200 things to say to bring engagement. And that actually happens to work very well right there. So what we're going to take and do here is we are going to go on to the next step after adding that all in, and then we're going to be incorporating the whole entire file and things such as that. Now, as you can see right here, this has 200 things to say to bring engagement, and we can actually swap out this picture right here, but I'm not sure because I kind of do like that, but I am also going to choose a different image right here real quick, and we're going to scroll down here to something a little bit more along the lines of engagement, something engaging. So as we go down here and we load more, you're going to notice that they actually do have quite a bit of different pre-downloaded photos that you can actually use. And I'm just going to go with this one right here for the post's sake. All right. So I like how this one looks very well. 200 things to say to bring engagement. And then this is a whole entire, this is all done for you. So as you go along on the side here, this will all pop up and, you know, download for you and everything. And then we are going to be going over here. So we are done with that. And then you'll notice that you have your title in there. And now you actually have your description body. So this is where you're going to be adding in things to where you can actually let the person know what you are actually talking about. So this is revolving around 200 things to bring engagement to your social media so that you get more interactions, more everything. And things down here you actually have set up in here inside of your description, and you can actually change these things out. So like, be happy, find the meaning of your work, achieve your dream. I'm actually going to change these things out, and we will show you exactly what it should look like that is more professional and more eye-catching and relatable with the person that is going to be purchasing your product from your Stan Store. Okay, so now that we've actually gotten this inputted and everything else, and things are actually looking pretty professional, I must say myself, I don't use AI. I really don't use AI whenever doing these things, but you can actually generate it with AI to where it is just made a lot easier for you. I like to have more of like that natural feel to where the person is actually feeling like they're speaking to a person, you know, reading from an actual person and not a computer. But mine, I actually went with a pretty short and sweet description. Do you ever get stuck thinking about what to post on social media, just sitting there brainstorming on ideas, but they don't come to you? Well, that's what this list is for. After purchasing this list, you will never have to deal with that problem again. So let's free your mind and grow your social media page. And then this guide, and as you can see, it did swap over to this as well. You can see it over on this side, right on the page to where you will be looking at it. As you type it, it literally pops up and it will stay up to date on everything as if it is live. And then we have this guide is for you if you're looking to build more engagement on your social media posts, never run out of ideas on what to say when posting, and also grow your social media page quicker. And then you have your button right here, get my guide, but we're going to knock that back and actually put in get your list, get my list. And then it'll have a button right there for them to take and get a hold of that. And then we're going to add in an exclamation mark right there just to, you know, make it look a little bit better and stuff. And then you have purchase down here. Now down here we have PayPal and you have purchase or purchase. And when you do press the purchase button, you'll have several different things like Affirm and also, you know, credit, debit, but also you have this option right here. Now, I want to let you know that if you only set up the PayPal, that is only going to allow for them to purchase via PayPal. You're going to want to set up a Stripe account and a PayPal account. So if you have both, that allows for you to have quite a variety of payment methods for them to actually purchase your product from you. And right now, we are not going to go necessarily that high on this list. So we'll do, like, for example, let's go $4.99, say $5, they can actually get this whole entire list of 200 different things and phrases in order for them to say, for them to actually get that. But that is a set price, just so you know, a set price. So what I'm actually going to do is make it look a little bit more appealing to the individual, and we're going to go like this, $14.99, and then go over to discount, turn that on, and then we are actually going to do this here for $99. So when you do go up to look at the whole entire thing, over here it will say instead of $14.99, you're only paying $4.99, which makes it look like you have a better deal and everything else going on. So you just want to raise the price and put it in a discount. That just makes it look a lot more appealing to the individual whenever they're going to go purchase that from you. And also it is a win-win for everyone, because for one, it's a win for you because you're getting what you want out of the initial worth of what you time you put into this product. And then also it's a win for the buyer as well, because they are thinking that, oh, I'm getting it for a really good deal. Now that is not deception. That is called proper marketing. There's a big difference. Huge difference. All right, so we're gonna, since we got the price up there, we got what we want in the top, we have our banner, we have everything we want to say in the middle, we have everything that they're going to be getting out of the guide. Now what we're gonna do is knock that back though and put list. There we go. This list is for you if you're looking to. Okay, there we go. That looks a little bit better. And then as you can see, it went right over here and changed it already for you. Now, when we come down here, you're going to be adding in your product that you are going to be doing. So we are going to upload. We're going to come over here. And as you can see, it downloaded from previously earlier today when I was talking about that. And then here it is. Everything you want is just right there. Bam, just like that. Now, what we're going to take and do is hit open. And once you hit open, it will start to download the whole entire thing. And my computer is pretty fast because I'm using MSI, and the Wi-Fi is pretty fast as well. So it's already downloaded and everything else like that. Now, if you want to actually add in more things to actually, so if you're doing like multiple products inside of one and you have it as like a bundle, then you can definitely add these things as many as you want as you go. So you would just press upload again, and then you would be taken to your files, and then you just add that right back up, and then you just keep on going. Now, right here, we want to go, and you can actually collect info from the people that you are actually purchasing from, or that are purchasing from you, my apologies. And then once you are gaining that information, you can actually just take and be able to send out email lists, do email marketing and things such as that, letting them know that you have a new drop incoming, you have a new product that you are offering to them, and then you can add those different things. Or you can add in an add field, and you can get like checkboxes, drop downs, multiple different choices. So I honestly go with this here, just the name and email, because that email does go into my email flows to where I can actually send out those emails to them on auto drop. And then you can also do like a text if you want to text their phone or something like that, or you can just do like a phone for like their number to call them or whatever. But I don't do any of those things. I personally just do the name and email, and then that just gives me enough information to be able to send them information like new drops through an email list and market things that way as well. If you go down here, like I said, this is where you drop your information for your files. And then what we're going to do here is press publish. So once you do publish it, that actually does go live to where you can actually check it out. And as you can see right here, it says get my list. And this is exactly what we just made previously. We literally just made this right here. And if you ever do want to edit it or anything like that, you just take and hit these three buttons right here, and you can edit your product. But I'm actually going to move this one up here because I want my freebies at the very bottom. And this is what I meant by keeping the different sizes, because you don't want it to take up so much space that they can't really read what is going on, and it's just scrolling just to find the product that they are looking for. So once you start to get into a lot more products that you're offering on your page, then I highly recommend that you do check these down to like the smaller ones. And when I say the smaller ones, you would just go here, edit product, and then you go to like the button, which is just this tiny little guy right here. But me, I like to make sure that mine is on a call out. That way they can actually see that, hey, it's going to be delivered right to their inbox email. Now, if I go back, I can actually do this on my other one right here that I have set up already. This is my bundle. This is the Digital Wealth Workshop Bundle. And this workshop bundle, I'll actually be putting down in the description for you guys to have access to. But inside of this bundle, you have so much information on how to get started. This is a PLR product. And not only that, but also you take and have full resale rights of everything on this inside of this bundle. But we're going to go up to the checkout page because that's the second page, because like I said, in here you actually have your achieve your dream, but inside of this bundle you get so many different things. So inside you'll have the digital wealth toolkit, you will have the ultimate faceless TikTok marketing course, your digital wealth template, what to post doing digital marketing, the ultimate reels course, the ultimate social media planner, so you can keep all of your social media in like order and everything else and keep it nice and organized. The Faceless Wheels Guide, the Digital Marketing Playbook course. You also have the Digital Marketing 101 course and 111 ebook ideas for you to be able to take and resell for your own profit. This is a PLR product, so therefore you are able to take and reuse this and configure it however you want to inside of Canva, which each and every single one does have a Canva link for you to edit it. And then you can actually sell it for your own profit, 100% profit straight to your bank account, which is a huge, amazing thing. So that's one thing that I always do, is make sure that a lot of my products are PLR products. But if this is something you guys are interested in, you can actually get it down in the description down below. Now, the next step that they are going to ask you to do is set up your payment information so that you're able to take and do all of that as well. Now, me personally, I don't want to give out my information or anything like that. So we're going to go to payments. And then as you can see, I have my Stripe account connected, and you can actually manage it from right here, and also your PayPal information put in to where it is just direct deposit straight to your bank account. And they also do have a couple of other extra settings that you can actually use for your utilization, like enable terms and conditions, enable taxes, and things such as that. So with that being said, I personally do the 1099 subcontractors, so therefore I don't really enable my taxes to be collected on the payments or anything like that. But I do actually want to enable the marketing consent, GDPR, to where selling in other countries and stuff, this helps keep the GDPR friendly. When enabled, only customers who check the box in marketing emails, optional but recommended if you've got global audience. So if you're somebody that is trying to sell all over the world and you have a large audience, I highly recommend that you do have that on. But you can actually swap out your different currencies and then also take and do that. When you go to the billing, that is just you and your recurring billing for the StanStore subscription. And then you have your email notifications, your security, integrations, and your profile. Once all of that is set up, you are good to go. You can actually start collecting your emails and build your email list, offer free products to your audience and send them via emails. And then you can also do your custom products and things such as that, your digital products, your coaching calls, your external links. But also we do have your store income analytics, and your analytics, that's where you can view how many views you've gotten to your store, how many sales you've made. And then you also have your customers, your appointments, referrals, email flows, auto DMs, and more. So if this actually did help you, please do like and also subscribe, smash that like button and everything else. And in a second here, I'm actually going to switch back over to my face. Now, as you can see, the setting up of the StanStore and everything else only took about 15 minutes. It was very quick. It was very easy. And once you get the hang of it and everything else, and you are already just set up with what you want to do and how you want to go about it and things such as that, it's going to be a breeze. So here's the thing about going into the selling part and the marketing. I'm actually going to make a video on that. And also I do actually have a video already up on my page if you guys would like to check that out, about the 8 amazing platforms where you can actually market and promote your StanStore from and start to bring in all of those sales. And hey, if this video was of help to you guys, please do smash that like button. Let me know what you guys think about it. And also, if you would like to, subscribe. That way you guys can stay up to date on all the other beginner-friendly videos that I'm about to be dropping for you guys, so that you can actually get started a lot faster and things go smoothly for you, so that you're not having to struggle or anything like that. Like I said, I do have that Digital Wealth Workshop bundle as well, and that will be linked down in the description also. So if you guys want digital products to be able to sell right off the bat, I highly recommend that you do check that out. That is a full PLR product to where you can actually get 100% profit. I'm not asking for anything else out of that. I'm not saying you have to give me a commission of whatever you make off of it. Nothing like that. You guys can actually just start using it right off the bat to where you can actually start monetizing and from your StanStore and make that money and start seeing that financial freedom that you've been looking for. Thank you guys very much for going through this whole entire video with me. I really do appreciate it, and I hope that you guys have an amazing, blessed day. And whatever week that you are in, whether it's a weekday or a weekend, you guys stay blessed, have an amazing day. Don't forget to like and subscribe.